Hi everybody. I am currently on my way to visit my mother. It's Saturday afternoon, and I decided that I'm going to bring her lunch and see how she's doing. And this all stemmed because I was being a bad son. I, well, not really, but here's the deal. Got into an argument with my family over mom, and my sisters and I were talking about how, or arguing about how I wasn't there for her enough and things like that. And I thought that they meant that I wasn't there enough by helping her to get cigarettes and take her to the store and stuff like that. Well, the issue I had with that is, as you all know, I work all the time. I have my DJ stuff, my web design stuff, Lacage, Fluid, not to mention, the social life that I have, and my full-time job. Well, obviously that's not the answer they were looking for because, well, okay, wait, and also, I live 45 minutes away from her in drive time, and whereas my sisters live 5 minutes away, and they work a pretty much 8 to 5 schedule. Now, that's not to say that I should push the responsibilities off to them, but it just makes more sense that it's easier for them to drive 5 minutes and drop off a pack of cigarettes and say hi. Well, as it turns out, that's not what they meant, and I totally misinterpreted it, and I apologize for that. As it turns out, what the problem was is that mom is lonely. She misses me, she misses the family, she feels very helpless right now, and I didn't realize that because I had been through other surgeries, and with her, she's cranky and moody, and she's set in her ways, so I was very much like, you know what, you do what you gotta do, Mom. If you need something from me, give me a call. Well, she's too proud to call. So what's been happening is the girls have been visiting her a lot, and she's just been getting more and more mad because I'm not visiting. Well, finally, my sister says, BJ, it's not about bringing her cigarettes, it's not about running errands for her, it's about spending time with her. She misses you, she is worried about you, she thinks you don't care about her. Well, that's obviously not the case. I love my mother very much. And, if I could spend the time with her, I would gladly do that every day for the rest of my life. Well, not that much, but, as she needs me. Well, as it turns out, that's what it was. She needed me. So I'm going out to visit her. And I hope that this will be something that she takes away from it a positive thing, because we keep planning over and over to do lunches and stuff, but she keeps having doctor's appointments and surgeries and whatever. That being said, she wants Arby's. So I'm right now driving from River West to Germantown to go get some Arby's and visit her. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see, what else do I got? Okay, I'll talk about Tony. Tony's a really great guy. Okay, things are developing. I don't want to jinx it, and I don't want to say too much because there's a lot of variables involved. One, there was still the transition where I don't want to feel like I'm making a commitment too quickly, so my logic is preventing me from doing a lot of that. I know that from previous experience that after a breakup, I need time to just be by myself a little bit, take things as they come and not deny myself anything, but still give myself the time to sort my thoughts out and whatever. And Tom and I broke up a little over, I think, a month and a half, 2 months ago, and Tony's been in my life for about 7 months now, 8 months, well, 9 months-ish, but I couldn't and didn't look at him in the aspect of being in a relationship because I was dating somebody. And, it's only fair that I not do that. I mean, that's not, you can't put somebody on the plate when you're seeing somebody else. It's just not right. it's not fair to Tony, it wouldn't have been fair to me, and it certainly wouldn't have been fair to Tom if I were setting somebody up for when Tom and I broke up, or if Tom and I broke up. So anyway, he's been flying me out to Denver a couple times, and he's come here a couple times, and we're kind of seeing where things go. That's another thing, is that he lives in Denver, Colorado, which, a long-distance relationship, we all know how that can be. I'm hoping, and there's always going to be the situation where we won't be able to see each other for weeks at a time, that kind of thing. So that's kind of setting me apart a little bit. He has offered or expressed interest in moving to Milwaukee. I have pushed him away from that a little bit, only because I don't want him to do that because of me. I want him to do that because of him. There is never, for me, there's never a reason that somebody should move for somebody else like that, unless you're in such a committed relationship that you can't ever see yourself with another person, or you're married or something like that. To start hanging out with somebody for a month and then decide to move, that's, whether it may be emotionally appropriate, it's irresponsible, it's illogical, all those buzzwords that tell you, wait a minute, there's a red flag. And I talked to BJ about it, and he agrees that I am not to move to Colorado, and Tony is not to move to Milwaukee until we are completely 100% absolutely sure that this is something that can, you know, escalate into a real relationship, bond, love, great, whatever. Now, that brings me back to Tom, where Tony and I, obviously, when he's here, we have expressed physical interest, we've expressed emotional interest. There's a certain level of love there. And that is really bothering Tom. And I don't know if it's just because he's finally seeing me with somebody else and that's hard to take or whatnot, but I can see it. I can see that Tom and I, as friends, this is putting a strain on that. And I kind of feel like it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, because the day after Tom and I broke up, he started dating Chad. And then the day, like, granted, that only lasted a week, and he said it was really nothing, and blah, 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 blah. But it came down to the fact that he did it and expected me to just take it like a bitch. And I don't begrudge him for it, because I resolved that in order for me to be friends with Tom, I have to accept the fact that he's going to handle things differently than I do. Well, then he started dating this Nick guy, and I have no idea where they are in their relationship, but last I checked, 2 Sundays ago, they were dating, and I don't know if that's a committed relationship or what, but I guess it's not my place to forge an opinion on that. All I can say is that, yeah, if he's going to start dating again and, sleeping with people or other people or whatever he's doing and have a relationship, then I'm entitled to move on as well. And that appears to be causing some tension in our friendship. And I might be way off base on that, and if I am, well, he has yet to correct me on that. I tried to address it with him, but it didn't seem to work very well. He kind of pulls away from that process. Anyway, all that being said, I have about 30 seconds, so I will just say that Tony and I are in a good place right now. We're going to see where it goes. I'm still keeping it light, logically, even though emotionally I kind of want to scream and hug him all the time. And Tom and I are in and out of being friends. Who knows where that's going to go. Life is good. Work is fine. Summer's coming. Pride Fest is soon to be here. All that good stuff. And I will bring you up to date on more later. Thanks.